Tom's probably up in Bayfield.
1 minute.
Oh, yeah. Here, 9 o'clock. You got 9 o'clock?
Yep.
Alrighty. Well, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Morning.
For those of you who haven't grabbed before the meeting, Wednesday is my birthday, so I did bring the mixture of sandwiches from Hardee's, because I usually bring them in and eat them in front of you, so I thought I should actually do that, so.
And Mr. Chair, for the record, how old is it? For the record.
They're fresh. They're not very old.
Yeah, okay.
68 years. 10 years retirement for the county guys. Realize that's a good thing. Retirement. Alrighty. Our meeting for Law Enforcement Committee for Monday, November 14th, 2022. I will now open it. It's basically 9 o'clock. And I'll do the open session statement here. This meeting and all other meetings of this committee are open to the public. Proper notice has been posted and given to the media in accordance with Wisconsin statutes so that the citizenry may be aware of the time, place, and agenda of this meeting. Good. Call to order the meeting. Read the open meeting statement. Roll call. We have 4 members present. Kim,
Yep.
and we need an approval of the agenda. Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Made and seconded to approve the agenda. Any kind of discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Minutes of the previous meeting.
Kevin moves to approve. I'll second it.
Motion been made and seconded to approve the minutes of the previous meeting. Any further discussion? Any additions, corrections? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Then we also have to approve some amendment to the September meeting due to the date change, correct, Kim?
Yep, I had posted it with the wrong date, so it's now corrected in the package.
They now corrected in the packet. Can I have a motion to approve the amendment of the, I can never remember that, Dick.
I can't hear you.
Do we do the,
Been here long enough.
I know. Do we do the initial thing and then we have to, this all by itself, isn't it? As a
Yes.
motion? It would be, okay.
Also
So we need a
move.
motion.
Also move.
Okay, Lee
I'll
moved.
second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the amended September's minutes, essentially a date change. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Any public comment? Nobody here from the public at all? Question, do we ever get anyone from the public?
We've had. Actually, no training room. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
We did.
okay. It's good. There's nothing that controversial that's
Yep.
going on. Makes a difference. We need to approve and sign the bills. We have those in front of us. Any questions at all or any comments? Carl, you usually point something out to us.
Yeah, I'm running. Second time, I didn't see nothing remarkable.
Anything from the supervisors? You see
Uh,
anything at all?
I just, the question, there's a dive team expenses there.
Which?
On page
Okay, well, here, let me just put that.
4?
Page 4, yeah, the 23,000, 3,000. Is that for, I assume it's for all the equipment and
Yep.
how much or how many do we have ready to go? Or any information you can give me on that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead if you want to. Oh, okay, sure. They've had a couple of different trainings throughout this year. One was in June and then one was just in October. The one in early June was the first set of training for the divers. We're looking to have 6 divers on the team as well as 6 line tenders. The reason we're looking at that amount is with law enforcement, not everybody is available. And you should go in pairs when you're diving as well as the line tenders. So looking at a total of 12 on the team between 6 divers and 6 line tenders. The training in June was the first set of training for diving. Then in October, it was a more specialized training on, is it night diving and those types of things. So that was the second of the training for all of them to go through. And this was some of the equipment that they had. Nate, Detective Sergeant Nate Nelson, he's the main contact, the head of putting the dive team and everything together. And he's done a lot of fundraising, had a few outings, those types of things, as well as other members of the dive team helping gain some of that money. So he's, I think they fundraised close to, if not over, their $75,000 they were looking at getting. Yes, so he's done a
So
phenomenal
they
job
are
with that.
ready and going at it.
Bottom line is all their equipment they needed, their website.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. No, I just kind of.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just kind of wanted how far along we are.
Yeah.
We're ready to go if you need us.
I don't plan on.
Turn to ice in a quick hurry.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well,
That's
that's
a
fine.
skim, it's just a skim ice we bring.
Yeah.
Thanks for asking.
You know, no, I just, I don't think anybody ever said anything how far along we are, so I just see it there and then. So, good. No, that's awesome. Thank you.
Anything, Carl?
No, not coming up.
Just the overhead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question. Are we doing more business with Nelson Sales and Service? Or not?
No, it's same.
Is it? And they do primarily what?
The admin's service on our vehicle.
Oh,
And Sergeant.
Because County Highway was too busy. We split it up. We couldn't keep up. And that may change, I don't know. And this time of year, as everybody's getting their tires, winter tires put on, so you'll see them more in this bill and the next probably, or month.
So you do switch over to winter tires?
Yeah, every one of our cars, we switch winters. As they bring them in for oil change. service.
Yeah.
So tires are stored where at the highway shop?
Yes.
Yeah,
And that.
okay, good.
Carl, on?
No.
Jumping out?
Yeah, I can touch on one if you turn to page 10. You see the grants and contributions for the police department, police department. Those were the final payments for the 2022 OWI task force. We did receive the same grant for 2023 for the OWI task force as well as Speedway, which only occurs in the summer. So we see more of the grant payments coming through there for us.
Okay.
Any other comments or questions regarding our bills?
I'll make a motion to approve said bills.
Second it.
Made, motion made and seconded to approve the bills. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. We did pass that around, I believe, for signature. Yeah. Cool. That's okay.
Right over here yet. I'm sorry.
Better make me work.
Yeah, well, you gotta get up and exercise.
You're younger.
That's right, that's right. Yep.
Okay, communication center, please.
In October, you can tell that summer's over, so some of the stuff started to drop, some of the numbers. Total of 67,700 radio transmissions, 1,078 911 calls, 8,900 non-emergency calls, 2,933 calls for service, 139 911 hangups, and 40 911 misdials. This month, Brittany Walters started working for us. first month has been strong for her. She's taken off good. I think her background in EMS is paying off, but that's really all I have.
Any questions, comments from supervisors? Alrighty, we'll place the communication center news reports on file, please. Corrections.
All right, roughly 197 bookings for the month. Average daily population of 200 in the facility and 23 outside the facility. As for employee updates, we hired Ashley Fisher. She's probably about 2 weeks in now.
2 weeks, yep.
Deer in headlights in the beginning, but she's starting to catch on. Seems to be happy about it. And we're doing a background on another female with experience through another facility. So they don't have much either. Short and sweet.
Supervisors have any questions, comments? Hearing none, we'll place that on file as well. Thank you. Detective.
Morning.
Morning.
The child abuse and sex offense complaints increased in October. There were 10 in September and 11 in October. That was broken down into 5 child abuse or neglect cases and 6 sexual assaults. There were no elder abuse cases reported in October to the sheriff's office. And there were 3 burglaries and 15 thefts reported in October. The detectives, they executed or served 5 search warrants. That included 1 Snapchat warrant or on a missing person case. There was 1 Google warrant on a stolen vehicle. And then we had 3 DNA warrants. 2 of the DNA warrants were dealing with a death investigation, and 1 DNA warrant was on a stolen vehicle case. The narcotics division, they assisted probation and parole with an Act 79 search, and a female was taken into custody for chronic child neglect, possession of marijuana, and possession of drug paraphernalia charges. They also assisted with multiple garbage picks in the city of Waupaca. And that's what I have.
Good. Comments, questions, anything? Hearing none, we'll place that on file as well. Thank you. Patrol division.
Month of October 2022, reportable crashes 26, 32 a year ago. 0 fatalities. Let's put an asterisk on that till I get done. 1 a year ago. Fatal crashes 0, 1 a year ago. Vehicles involved for October of this year, 40, 44 a year ago. Number injured, 7, 12 a year ago. Crashes involving drinking, 4 and 4. Year-to-date numbers, 316 reportable crashes, 348 1 year ago. 3 fatalities and 3 crashes this year, and 6 fatalities and 5 crashes a year ago at the end of October. Traffic arrests for October, 293. Year-to-date, 3,620. 1 year ago, 238. Year-to-date numbers, 3454. OWIs or drunk driving arrests, 14 for October. Year-to-date, 143. 11 a year ago, 132 was the total last year. Canine involvements 18, 158 for the total, 11 last October, 145 year-to-date last year. Here's another asterisk, this one's on here. The SWAT calls, we did call out the SWAT team in October to assist in arrest of a domestic dispute north of Iola. Subject had a gun, victim did get out. The SWAT team was called off prior to getting up there and being used. So they were called, but they weren't used. And besides one officer, I don't think anybody actually got to the scene. Mileage 84,568 approximately, 926,820 for the year-to-date totals. We have 1 person in training, and that's Stephanie Pedersen. She came over from Winnebago County. She's doing fabulous. That we expected she would, and we were right. Now, I said back up fatalities 0. We just got word this weekend that a crash we had on A and Beggs Hill Road turned into a fatality. So a crash that somebody dies within 30 days of a crash is considered a fatality. So I don't know all the stats or whatever. Kathy was here, she'd probably tell you more, but we'll just leave it at that. State Patrol did write that crash, so Kyle actually just took a call from the trooper right before the meeting started and told him the bad news that they'll be doing the rest of the paperwork for that crash. So the monthly number is 1 fatality and 1 more crash. That will be reflected in the totals next meeting. But there was a fatality after I did this report.
Just to add to that SWAT call, we went back up there on Monday.
Correct.
Went back up there on Monday and we apprehended the guy sleeping on the sofa.
Yep.
So turned out very good. Going from SWAT call to that. So,
To get them while they're sleeping on the couch, no one hurt, neither the guy or anybody of the officers, so uneventful.
Questions, comments at all from Supervisor? Hearing none, we'll place your report on file. Thank you very much. Kim with records.
Just the monthly revenue collected from records is $2,690.20. Year to date of $31,470.94. Canine revenue, we received $350 this month, which gives us a total for this year, $38,516.70. Dive team revenue was $20,866.89, which brings us to $44,777.89. Shop with a cop, $11.75 for this month, and the total for the year is $3,407. The shop with a cop donations have increased, so we'll see quite a few of them next month, I'm guessing, because it's that time of year. So that's all I have.
Questions, comments? If not, we'll place your report on file. Chief Deputy.
I'll be short too. First thing, budget to actual for the month of October, we're at 79% capacity of used on a 100% budget. So we're sitting in a good spot right now. I just wanted to, I was like giving out that percentage and I was like looking at the paperwork just to see where we are at. So that's in good shape. The one thing that isn't in good shape is our medical. And I think we brought this up in earlier late spring, and we were approached by Waupaca, and the cost increases that are not stopping in the medical field, and our mental health. And they're basically giving a heads up, and that's what I'm doing today, is giving you a heads up of the increases with their LPNs, RNs, and all that goes along with it. Myself and the correction jail staff administrators were talking and giving a heads up to Heidi that I'm not using the word breach, but they don't know what to do either, as far as the contract we have, and the increases are significant in my book. I mean, LPN going from 24 to 29, and RN going from 29 to like 37. So I was looking for remedies ever since I was given the heads up, and I even approached, as far as our medical or our mental side, very important. All these are very important to our corrections and the running of the jail. As far as the medical, we're looking for remedies. I asked Ted, what are other counties doing as far as the mental health part? I mean, I said, if you could reach out, I reached out to the number 2s, which are the chief deputies of the state of Wisconsin. Everybody's in the same boat. I mean, no matter what medical firm you're with or what contracts you have, we're all in the same boat, but it's one of the most important things we have. I go back to my day, and it's just a short story. I go back to my day when we were handing out medicine in the morning to everybody in the jail and everything else. Here's your aspirin, here's your, heartburn medication and everything else. If it's like putting a person in the back seat of a car now without a seatbelt. Anybody sees us handing out an aspirin, we'd be brought up with major lawsuits and everything else. That's how important. That's a simplistic way of looking at our medical staff, but they do a lot here, and so does our mental staff as far as the outreach to our inmates and everything else. But there is, and that's what I talked to Heidi about, which would take months, if not years, of implementation on the mental side of it. But there are other counties close by that does use DHS. But in talking to Ted, they have a hard enough time with their personnel issues, just finding the accredited person that can do that type of work. I mean, he says, we're short up here, but I'll help you out, Carl, as far as researching it. And I relayed that to Mandy also, or to Heidi also. So we're looking at options. I wanted to give you a heads up. I know it was unanimous rejection of any restructuring of our contract at this point, but if we can't get nurses, we're between a rock and a hard place then. And we're giving a heads up. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm doing for you, my committee also. And we're looking for remedies, and Heidi appreciates the heads up. If it comes down, and that's what I'm getting from the other chief deputies, comes down to restructuring of an RFP, then we got to look at restructuring a contract. But it's a bad time. We're right in the middle of a budget season. I mean, it's over. I mean, we got to think of a remedy. So we're looking at it, and I want my committee, or our committee, to know about this. The other, you guys want to interact with anything? We're all seeing the same thing.
Yes, I mean, the biggest problem I have right now is they can't find nursing. It's
To work for that amount of money.
to work for that amount of money. So they have four regional travel nurses to cover their area. We have 3 of them working here right now because they just can't find people. So
It's all about money. Where they can work 27 when they get a job.
Yeah. So, going back to the investigations too, I just wanted to give you a quick on the, and I'm not supposed to call it a cold case because we solved it, but that case, the next court proceeding will be January 13th, I believe. That'd be the prelim. So I know we prepared everybody. That's slow way of doing business, but that court hearing will be in January. And we're having a luncheon Friday for all the detectives that worked on that case. So it'll be nice seeing all the faces. Hopefully they show up so we can I'll talk about that case from start to finish. And I was around when it started, so we can all reflect on that one. So that's about it for me.
Do you have any idea of the increase in cost? I understand the problem getting personnel, but
Adam, what do they?
I did just rough figures, just about 100,000.
100,000?
How much?
100,000.
And that was similar to the number we put out back in early or late spring.
This church again.
You're missing your
Pray for
funeral.
us there. This is Captain, pray for us.
I'm sorry.
We need it.
We need it.
So $100,000.
It's just a
Give
random,
or take.
Yes.
I just threw it out there.
And that's what the other counties are doing, a restructuring with an RFP of a new extended contract.
Then keep in mind that Wood County's broke ground.
For a jail.
And we're 900,000 revenue with them.
Mhm.
So that'll, in 3 years, come to an end. But luckily, our captain is reaching out already other jails.
Keep that in mind. Any other comments or questions from the supervisors at all? Thank you, Carl. for, Keeping us on top of that.
Yep.
That's the important part of it. I'm on the Health and Human Services Committee as well, so we'll certainly, if there's something they can do on that end.
We have a lot of counties close by, Winnebago, Shawano, that do it through Department of Human Services, but like that, I'd love to help you on this one, and he did, I mean, to reach out to the whole state. It's something to look at, and Heidi said the same thing, it's something to look at, you'd have to have costs and everything added into that. But if there's a discount some way in the future, we're always looking for that, I mean, somehow, some way.
Right.
Well, and it's like Chuck Price when he was here.
Yeah.
I mentioned that in the county board meeting, that perhaps they could help us. And at that time, they were robust with people. And that was a hard no.
We're down one clinician right now. Trying to get an MSW so we can bill Medicare.
But I don't think there should be a cost if someone's coming from the county to
County
the
to
county.
county.
Why would we do that?
Do you think it could be built into a budget on their end of it? Something we have to think about.
Great.
Okay. Anything else for Carl? If not, we're up to the sheriff's report then.
So I got a pile of checks here. I'll start them off with the dive team from Bank First for $3,000. RJS Enterprise, Waupaca. Doing business as Hardee's, gave us $50 for the dive team. 715 Harvest Fest, $6,900. Robert Seidel, and that's for the dive team, sorry. Robert Seidel, $50 for the dive team. Shop at the Top from Nelson's for $500. Bucky Baker, $50, that's for dive team. Wisconsin LLC, $50 dive team. Larry and Donna Hanson, $125 for Shop at the Top. Shop at the Top from Stern Insurance for $100. Farmington LCW, Shop at the Top for $300. Well, we have checks. Other than that, with the election being over, I have nothing.
Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Any questions, comments for the sheriff? All righty, we'll put his report on file. Medical examiner's report, anyone want to read that over?
Just
Got a
put it
good
on
voice?
file.
We can just put it on file and hand it out. We'll do that on that. Unless anyone has any questions, we need to pick out on anything. You guys did a very good report. Okay, we'll place that on file. Contract award approval. What do you got, Carl?
I have from Spillman, and they agreed. It was due at the end of October, but we were going back and forth, and with meetings and reviews, we had to go through, of course, Heidi, and then it went on to Corporation Council, and then it went on to Brent to make sure that this actually was 67 pages, but it comes down to this. This is the contract, it's a 3-year contract. There is some cost savings in the 3-year. The 5-year we had reviewed, there was cost savings there also, but there's a lot of hurdles when you go to the 5-year according to county policy and such. This seemed to work out, and then we had the meeting, was it last week? I think it was last week, with the success manager, sales rep. And they were in agreement that we could prove it at this meeting at the law enforcement committee level, and then move on to the rest through December, and we could sign it at that time and get it done. So It's a locked-in contract for 3 years, plus we added modules. If you go to the second page, there's command central capabilities, command central community, command investigate, and then the flex touch, which is something we've been looking forward to. And if you want to explain the flex touch, that's the one with the phones, right?
Right.
That will get it direct.
So you'd be able to look at your phone, and any officer could look at their phone and see what's going on currently. So if we get a call in the middle of the night or whatever, we can look at it, we can read all the call comments and see what's going on. You can also search people and case numbers and lots of other things, but the live view on your phone is probably the most important piece.
I mean, we ask questions on the phone when administration gets called, but to hop in the car and put it in the cradle and see live what's actually going on, it's a heck of an asset to us. So we don't ask many questions, take up time with people, either the other administrators or the dispatch center, what is going on, because we can see it on there too, just like a squad car can right now. At least we have it now on our phones and such. So
Each officer then has a county phone, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So you have your own private phone and okay, because I know Shane, he's always throwing phones around, and he's got them and that. Yeah, but, okay. All right. That's right, fine, but I just.
So we're looking for approval.
Any motion to approve the contract?
Also move.
Is there a second to that?
I'll second that.
Motion made and seconded to approve the contract that Carl has listed out here for us for a 3-year contract. And then talking a total of $196,301.86. Any further discussion or comments at all? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
I
Any opposed? So moved. Thank you, Carl. And others. Resolution number 32. Excuse me. Waupaca County policy requires resolution by the county board of supervisors to accept donations over $1,000. Now therefore be resolved that the Waupaca County Board of Supervisors accepts $9,600 from 715 Harvest Fest and Bank First for the purpose of supporting Waupaca County Sheriff's Office dive team. Do I hear a motion or anything to
Make a
accept
motion to accept.
resolution number 32? We have motion. Do we have a second?
Captain second.
Captain seconds it. Motion made and seconded to accept the resolution number 32.
just a question where it's stated there, it doesn't say about the 3,000 from the First Bank also on the.
That'll be next.
Oh,
month.
you're gonna have 2 of them? Oh, okay, very good, thank you.
So all in favor of it, of the motion involving the 9,600, well, whatever it is. Resolution number 32. Go that way. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, so
Thank you.
moved. No one opposed.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. We'll get the next one through ready. Okay, so we have next. That's it for this?
Mhm.
We're good? Okay. Then we do the supervisor reports. Anyone to report anything they saw or went to or comment?
Just a question. There was a domestic, I think it was south of Marion, and then the helicopter came down and landed at that fire hall. Was that the same incident or was there a different?
How different.
Okay, that's it. My coffee people want to know about it. I can ask all these stupid questions.
Flew right over you.
Huh?
Flew right over you.
Yes, it did. It woke me up. And I heard the first call and a little while later, the helicopter comes over, so I'm assuming, and my 5 guys that advise me every morning, wanted to know what's going on, so I have to ask these questions, so. Yeah, but it did come right over to my house because there's a power line to the southeast and had to come in from the other direction. And he was loud because it's probably only a couple hundred feet over my house when he's coming down there, so. But everybody in the morning then is, I'm supposed to know what's going on because I'm on the county board. So I now know. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay. Anything else? If not, entertain a motion to
I'll
adjourn.
make a motion to adjourn.
Motion made to adjourn. There's a second to that,
Second,
even though we don't need it.
second.
Motion made and second to adjourn. We are adjourned. Thank you. Mr.
Good.
Chairman. They're still pushing it, trying to get